And just like that, we are on to day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft. But before we get there, I'm going to give you a little bit of my draft grades on round 2. We'll go over the selection of Emery Jones. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the offensive lineman out of LSU. And then after that, I'll give him a grade. We'll look back at the Mike Green selection, grade that as well, and we'll wrap up this day in a nice little bow. What else is nice is if you guys could help me out by subscribing to the channel. It's getting heated in our draft week sub battle, and we have made an awesome push and are now tied with Steelers Talk. That's the only bummer thing about this time, is that we do great. They kind of do great too because they're making the same kind of selections. So do me one big solid. We need a ton of subs on today's video if we want to be in first place. So if you guys want that to happen as much as I do me one big favor and hit that big red sub button and join us, lock us down, lock us in. Right, hit the Ravens rundown. Alrighty, Emery Jones was the selection, guard out of LSU. He actually played tackle this past year for the LSU Tigers, but I think he's going to be a little bit more comfortable as a guard when he gets into the National Football League. He's 6'5". Good thing is he's only 21 years old, so he's still got a lot of life left to him in the NFL in a position that likes to hit a lot. 315 pounds, which is big, not massive for an offensive lineman. That's kind of partly why I feel like he might be a little bit better on that interior. 12 games played in 2024, 61.6 PFF grade, like nothing immaculate, took a little bit of a step back, but still only allowed 1 sack at tackle. He's got great frame with a good anchor because he's really, really powerful in his lower body and in his hands. However, he did struggle a little bit in 2024, but he has the talent. You know it's there. His hand placement also can get a little bit wild, lets himself get off balance. And I feel like this is a guy who we're not expecting to come in here and start day one. If he comes in and has a phenomenal camp, then you know what? Maybe he can take over Andrew Voorhees or Daniel Faalele's spot. I think this is more than anything just a really, really solid depth piece that they're planning on someday, probably in 2026, turning into a really good starter for this team. Here's what the Athletics' Dane Brugler had to say about the prospect. Jones is physically talented with NFL size, strength, and functional movements. The undisciplined balance and recovery skills, however, has been his undoing and need to be developed by pro coaching. He can compete for right tackle reps, although a move inside to guard might smooth his path. And if you know anything about the Baltimore Ravens, they don't need a ton of help right now on the outside. Ronnie Stanley signed that big contract extension, and Roger Rosengarten playing really, really well after his rookie season. And so, if anything, I feel like Emery Jones is going to be almost a different version of Patrick McCarty. One of those unicorn-type players who, if you need him to go to tackle, he could probably go to tackle. He's probably best fit to play guard, but if you need him there, he could do it. So grade the pick for me in the comment section down below. You'll have my grade on the back of this ad break. So make sure you guys stick around so that way you can see my grade. But before that, get down in the comment section, play teacher, get out those red pens, and grade the pick of Emery Jones Jr. I give it a B+. That's one of those grades that you get, and you're like, well, it's a good grade. Not going to blow your socks off. You're not going to go home and hang it on the fridge, but you're also not going to get in trouble for it either. It's just, it's a good grade, solid. I think that Baltimore has a plan with Emery Jones. Obviously, they've seen something that they like. Obviously, they feel like they can get talent and use out of him. They feel like maybe they can switch something in him that hasn't necessarily been switched at LSU because the talent was obviously there the entire time in Baton Rouge. And even after last season, kind of in the offseason for 2024, he was actually mocked in the first round in a good bit of mocks around the country, around people who covered the National Football League. But he did take a little bit of a step back. But we know what's there. So now it's about getting him in the system, probably sitting him for a year behind Andrew Voorhees, Daniel Faalele, and then when those times come up to not really extend any of those guys, or at least one of those guys, Emery Jones should be able to fall right in, be a starting piece, and this next year he'll just be a really good depth piece, I think. I think that's the plan. I don't really want to judge Baltimore with drafting offensive linemen. Obviously, they did a really good job with Roger Rosengarten last year in the second round. I got to talk about this awesome sponsor real quick before we get into my grade from Mike Green, because today's show is sponsored by House of Atlas. And after years of rocking facial hair, I've switched to the clean-shaven look, and I wanted to find a razor that matched my lifestyle. The existing brands out there really haven't innovated in years, and I was excited to see the new brand Atlas on the market. The razor comes from the creators of the brand Athena Club, a leading women's razor brand, which my wife loves, and they really know what they're doing. The blade head has 5 U.S.-made stainless steel blades that glide right through my facial hair. It is a high-performance serum strip that's infused with ingredients like aloe, vitamin E, and shea butter, which reduces irritation and helps prevent ingrowns. Right now, I am holding and showing you the Precision Shave Cream, which is so incredibly, it's just like, it feels so good. It smells so good. The shave is so nice. And the thing I love most about it is it moisturizes your skin. I can't tell you how many other brands I've tried, right? I get the shaving cream, really excited about it. And then a couple hours after, next day, feeling very, very dry. Need to put some lotion on, and that only, leads to possible breakout. Well, I don't need to go into that. But not with House of Atlas. It moisturizes your skin, leaves you feeling good, leaves you feeling smooth and clean-shaven as well. So now, for a limited time, they're offering 15% off your first order when you purchase any razor kit and the before and after set, which includes the Precision Shave Cream and Calming After Shave. Use code CHAT at houseofatlas.com. That's HOUSEOFATLAS.com. with promo code CHAT for 15% off your new razor kit and before and after set. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com today. Trust me, you will love it just as much, maybe even more, than I did. Alrighty, it's time to talk about the second round selection. Of course, I'm talking about Mike Green, and I give that selection a big ol' A. Now, you might be asking me, Joey, you haven't shut up about Mike Green over the last, 90 days? And you'd be right. I haven't. Not at all. But also, like we talked about earlier, there are those allegations against him. Now, nothing is official. Nothing is, an official case or anything. But they are allegations. So in good conscience, I couldn't necessarily put an A+ on this one, but I still really, really like the prospect. I really, really like the football player. I really, really like the talent that Baltimore is getting in Mike Green. I think he's going to be a star. I think he is a star. And I'm not going to lie, I was very surprised. Like, that pick hit harder than grandma's Wi-Fi password. That's how, shaken to the core I was. And I think it was a mixture of, obviously, from day one, we did not expect Mike Green to fall to this. But also it was the fact that I wasn't so sure Baltimore was going to pick him because of everything that's happening with Justin Tucker. But it's obvious that Zach Orr, Eric DeCosta, John Harbaugh felt that the risk was not as high as what the possible reward is. I told you earlier, we talked about it. They selected 15 guys off of their draft board because of red flags, as Jeff Zreback put it, or as Eric DeCosta and John Harbaugh put it, when they spoke to the media. Mike Green obviously wasn't any of those guys. Okay? Now he's on this football team. And I think this defense got a whole lot better because of it. 2.88 seconds. You know what that means? That's the average time a quarterback had in the pocket last year when facing the Baltimore Ravens. 2.88 seconds. Sounds fine in theory. Sounds pretty quick. Well, no, actually it's not. It's forever. Dead last in the National Football League. They got a lot of sacks, could not consistently cause pressure. And now with Mike Green on the roster as a pass rush specialist for this group, that's going to change. Okay, I can promise you that. All righty, we're going to get on out of here. What a full day. What an exciting day. A lot of really good picks. A lot to look forward to for the 2025 NFL season. And if you're as excited about it as I am, you'll do me one big favor. Hit that sub button because we'll have it covered all right here on the Ravens Rundown.